I think BVB is a unique club, and coaching here is something that, as a young coach, I've developed. I've learned a lot, and not only being able to adapt it to, club soccer, but life in general. It's something that's really impacted me as a young coach, and as I go on along my coaching career, I keep learning new things from this club, and that's one thing that I love about this club. It's not only about the development of the players, but it's about the development of the coach, and it's something that I think is really unique about the club and something I cherish. The one thing I like is the camaraderie between coaches, how we all input our ideas and see what works for the kids and how we all want to grow as coaches. I think players, what I hope they experience is the development of the game, that they get better technically and tactically, and that they also enjoy learning the game, because I think a big part of the game is you come to practice, you want to be at practice, you enjoy being at practice, you enjoy being in an environment that's going to help you develop as a player. I think the one thing about BVB is that for me as a coach, I'd want to create an environment to where all my players can develop. I hope they not only get the soccer lessons, but they get the life lessons as well, which I think is very important, because we are developing young adults, and we want them to be ready once they face any type of challenges. I think we're unlike any other club. I think the one thing is that I thought was interesting is having the German coaches come here and actually teach a session and go through a session. Something that I think is awesome, because it's that learning aspect of coaching that you get. As we know, in Germany, the development there is really good, and that they're able to share their knowledge with us. And that's one thing that I think is different, and it's something that always helped me grow as a coach. Like I said, at some places it's very like, hey, you go out there and coach, it's not really worried about your development as a coach. But here, you're getting that development, and something that I think is just, it's not what you get anywhere else. You also get that experience in going to Germany and being able to learn from those coaches down there, and getting the opportunity to actually go to Dortmund to learn from those academy coaches, to see the first team academy play, and to even see the professional team practice. I think it's something that not many clubs do, and especially at that level, teams that play in what we see on Tuesdays and Wednesdays in the Champions League. It's something that I think is unmatched. Teaching a drill and kind of putting your input during a session, but also giving them 10 to 15 minutes to kind of figure it out. What I learned is, like, you can't freeze it too many times. You want them, the BVB way is to let them figure out solutions and find solutions to the game, instead of just having to micromanage them. You want them to figure it out, because they're the ones on the field, not us. So that's one thing that my training methods rely on, is them trying to figure out solutions. It's like kind of playing a game in possession, with bumpers. What do you want to play? You want them to play out of pressure and find that outlet pass to kind of release pressure. And it's kind of going over it once, showing them the pass, but also letting them, okay, I said this once, and now they can kind of go. And that's what my methods is kind of just having them figure it out, putting in my input, and then giving them about 10 to 15 minutes, so that way they could see where the information is coming from and what they can get out of that session. The BVB way is when they do the sessions with Live Kinetic, it's one thing that I actually enjoy, because it adapts, and it's so cool, because you could see where it works, because players psychologically, they're starting to figure out, they're solving problems with that little warm-up, and they're also solving problems on the field in those solutions with this, which is amazing to see those connections. I think why a player should pick BVB over other clubs is that authentic feel you get from our club. Like our club, we're a community, we're a family. It's not just, you're just another player. No, you come here to our club, you're part of a family. And that we're willing to break our back for you and to do whatever we can to help your kid be as successful as possible on the field. Whether it's solving soccer problems, life problems, I believe we try to help every player that comes to join our family. And that's something I think kids, they really enjoy, because you never know what a kid is going through in life, what their background is, what their socioeconomic background is. They come to training for an hour and a half, and it completely changes their mood, and it gives them to motivation to be successful when they leave here, whether it's becoming in college, playing 4 years, or being successful in life and being able to get a degree and get that soccer development, like I said, as well as that life development. I think that's something that's unique about us, is that we care about the player not only on the pitch but off the pitch as well, and I think that's something that makes us unique. Like, we're we're a family. You know, you're just not another player, we're a family, and we're all willing to help. I coach the older boys this past season, so the U18s and U19s, U17s. Proudest moment, just seeing them be successful. I think we had a couple of kids go off and play college. Some of them not, but the one thing, my proudest moment is when they leave. You kind of see their maturity, them develop as people and as players. And I think my proudest moment is just seeing them walking off the pitch with their heads held high, knowing that not only they developed as a player, but they developed as a person. That's kind of my proudest moment. I mean, yes, we can go with the wins and losses, but in the reality about it, it's about them. You want them to be proud of themselves. You know, we could win games, we can lose games, but at the end of the day, when they walk off the pitch for that final time in a BVB uniform. I'm Coach Julio with BVB International Great Plains. Welcome to our family.